Hi, thanks for joining me. This is Tamara, and we're going to come through a few movements today to help open up your muscles along your legs, your hamstrings, your quads, open up wrists, ankles, neck, a whole bunch of things. So I'm going to walk you through a few poses that I'm going to move faster through than I'd like you to do, doing your own practice, 5-10 breaths in each pose. So starting in a seated position, I want to come into some breath work first. And this is for a few reasons: to bring your nervous system down, just to allow your body to relax and know that this is what we're doing. So coming into Ujjayi breath, this is oceanic breath. You're going to constrict the back of your throat as if you are fogging a mirror, but you're inhaling through your nose, exhaling your nose. So it's going to sound like ocean waves coming in and out, a little bit like Darth Vader, Marge Simpson, something like that. So you're going to inhale. And you'll know you're doing it right when you get quite audible. You can hear this, and in a room, a bunch of people doing it, there's like oceanic waves. So try that, at least 10 breaths, just to bring your body into what we're doing here. And we'll start with a couple neck openers here. You can take your chin down to your chest. And just gently, so slowly, roll your ear over to the right. Back down over to the other. You might feel all those little crinkly little spots. You can find where you might want to hang out if you find a spot that needs a little extra love. You can do this a bit longer than I'm showing. And then another option is to come up and take your hand without pulling, just allowing the weight for your ear to come towards the shoulder. And again, just notice that you can just alter where your neck is. Maybe it comes down or towards the armpit. Just find that spot. Just hang out there. And then come over to the other. And you can be doing your Ujjayi breath through this pose as well. And we'll open up our sides by taking a nice side stretch. So planting a hand and taking a nice reach up. And opening over. And you might want to take your gaze up towards the ceiling, just getting that nice opening through the chest and the neck. And again, you'd hold it a little longer. And you can just come back and forth and just feel what you need until you feel you've got some nice stretches there. And then, as part of our practice, you can have some sort of a strap, a belt, anything, even a string. You can take it about shoulder width here. We're just going to do a bit of shoulder love here too. So you can just very slowly begin to raise and just notice if there's any clunking. Notice where your shoulder's range of motion is. And if you notice it right about there, it kind of clunks, or you feel a little something, stop. And if you can do that and listen to your body, you'll find you get more range of motion faster, but the more that you do this. And if your shoulders are pretty open, you can take your strap a little longer. And again, really slow. There's no point in blowing through it. Maybe you can take it a little bit back and around, just knowing where your range of motion is. You can get a little fancy. You can do that side stretch this way if you'd like. A couple little things there. And opening up the spine with some cat-cows in a seated position. So taking an exhale as you round your back. And then an inhale, bringing the chest forward, opening up through the throat, looking up. Exhale. Inhale. And then you can begin to take some circles, pulling that chest forward, reversing, just warming up that spine. And then coming onto a tabletop position, coming into some cat-cows in your table. So pressing your mat away so you're not sinking down in your shoulders. You're nice and strong here, flat back. You're gonna tip your tailbone and roll through the spine as you look up, open through the chest and the neck. And then starting with the tailbone tucking, rolling. And feeling it opening through those shoulder blades. You can take some movement however you need. And go through quite a few of these. You can begin to take some side motions. Just notice what your body needs. And once we're done with that, we'll give your wrists some love. So depending on where your range of motion is, you might want to take them out to the side. Wherever it feels good. If there's pain, I'd like you to take them wherever, or even hands to blocks. Just see what feels good on your wrists. And here, this may be lots. You can begin to take it back slightly. Maybe take some rotations. Just feeling where it needs some love today. And once you're done, you take these handy blocks and just have them handy. We're going to come into a hamstring stretch. So we'll start in a low lunge. You can have your blocks on the high setting here and allow your chest to come open. This is going to do all kinds of opening along your psoas. And just notice where you're feeling it, where your tightness may be. You might begin to look up, opening the chest. Just notice where your body is today. You may take it down low, you feel it a little different here. And hang out here for about 10 breaths. And then very slowly coming back into a hamstring stretch. And one thing in this is you can play with your hip position. You can take your chest high and just check if you were to change your hips maybe just an inch, pressing the right one back, the left one forward, it changes it. So maybe you like your chest high, flex your foot, maybe you like to come down. Just see where that is. So hang out there and you can come back and forth and do a couple of the high lunges and back to the hamstring. And what we do on one side, we have to do to the other. So we'll do that. High lunge. And coming through that breath, that ujjayi is really handy here too. Take that back opener here, just open to the sky. If you'd like to work on splits, this is where you can start too, but maybe that's not what your body needs. Okay, so now we'll come down to stomach. And I happen to have a bolster here. If you don't have a bolster, a cushion, a rolled up towel is just nice. You don't have to have it, it's just nice. But coming into a variation of the locust pose, we're going to call the super one. So stretching long, fingers to toes. And on your inhale, I want you to come up with your chest. Maybe your hands come up. Maybe your feet come up. We tend to hold our breath here. See if you can use that power of your breath. Again, that ujjayi is a really powerful breath. You can hang out here 5-10 breaths. If you want to challenge yourself, you take a few rolls without your hands or your feet touching. And when you're done, just come down, take a few breaths. And I'd like to show you a scorpion twist, which is not so tricky, but it's kind of funny to describe. So I like to lay down long, plant your hand, take a bend in your elbow. Your foot can come in front or in the back. And I forgot to take my left hand long, so in a T. And rolling open. So I'm using my hand and my foot to leverage. You should find a big opening along the chest, the left arm. Hang out here, let your head hang heavy, we're not gripping anywhere. And again, take those 5-10 breaths. Come back down, reset. Take your right arm long, Plant your left, plant your foot, open along that right shoulder. You can begin to take your foot behind if that's available, wherever you're not gripping and it's comfortable. Coming back, resting your forehead and taking your legs up and some windshield wipers. This just releases the lower back. Nice and slow. And one that you either will love or maybe you'll learn to love. You can start with the wide leg child's pose. So legs wide. You can have your bolster, you don't need one. I like it. You're gonna sit your hips close to your ankles if it's available. If not, just do wherever it's comfortable. And just come down, take a rest. You might want to expand that into a frog. So I'm gonna take my mat, double it over for some cushioning, because hanging out here for a good, well, maybe even 5 minutes, your knees and ankles will feel it by the end. So if you can see the position, I've got my knee stacked over my ankle. I like my feet out, but again, notice if that's not comfortable, find your comfort. But I want to make sure you don't feel knees or ankle pain. And we're working on bringing hips back towards the ankles. Just come down, love up your bolster, hang out here, and you should feel quite a lot of opening along your hips. And if you find you're gripping and you're just, all kinds of emotions are coming up, use that breath. And as you've been here for a little longer, maybe you can begin to sink back. So, and coming out of frog can be quite challenging. I like to come out and just lay on my stomach for a little bit and release. That was a few different options. And we're going to finish with some wall space here. So bringing your hips up against the wall. So your leg can be long or bent. You might want to move away from the wall a little bit just to find that comfort. So your lower back is planted. And taking your foot across. Taking a flex foot will help protect your knee. Your knee is beginning to open this way. So this is helping with the hips. You're feeling all kinds of muscles here. And you want to hang here, do some deep breaths. And after you've done your breath work, begin to take the sole of your foot over into a supine twist. Notice my shoulders are nice and planted. I'm not gripping or struggling, so find where you're comfortable. Maybe you have your bolster underneath your foot. And hang out here for a few breaths. And then coming up and doing the alternate leg. Nice flex. And then when you're ready, come into your twist. And finishing, legs up the wall. Legs can be long, bent, whatever's comfortable. You can take them wide. The whole benefit of this is this inversion. You're helping the lymphatic system begin to drain. You're taking the workload off the heart. You are allowing the body to come into rest and slow that nervous system. It's really great to do before bed if you have a hard time falling asleep. So this is a great spot to sit, maybe have headphones on, listen to music or a podcast. I like to do this for about 10-15 minutes. And that's all we have to do. So I'm Tamara Royal with Omies Yoga, and you can follow me online at Omies Yoga 108. Find my class schedules. We do all kinds of classes that focus on the hips, the hamstrings. And if you'd like to shoot me a message for anything that you have a question on, I'd be more than happy to help. Coming through these poses, just make sure you do it slower than I did in this video. Take your time to do your breaths, 5, 10, a little bit more throughout each pose. And if you do this consistently, you're going to notice a lot of change in your body. You're going to gain some flexibility, your body's going to feel good, you're going to have more mobility. But the biggest thing is listen to your body. Please do not blow through a pose. If you feel pain, discomfort, back off and just work into it as your body's ready. A couple little tricks of the trade: cushion, bolster, a couple blocks or something that can act like a block in your house. You can get them at the dollar store, and a strap, string, or a belt. And you're good to go. Wall space. Thanks so much.